In July 2020, in the small town of Marion in Perry County, Alabama, a longtime couple, 27-year-old Alesia Janay King and 34-year-old Jimmy Woods, sealed their love in a colorful, joy-filled wedding ceremony surrounded by friends and family. It was a day of laughter, warm embraces, and dancing, where everyone believed the two were embarking on a life full of love and happiness. From the outside, the couple appeared deeply in love. Jimmy, a welder by profession, frequently expressed affection for Alesia on social media, proudly posting about how grateful he was to be her husband. Their love seemed genuine, and their connection undeniable. In October of the same year, Alesia and Jimmy achieved a major milestone. They bought their first home together. A year later, they celebrated their first wedding anniversary. Together, they were raising a family that seemed picture perfect, a bubbly 5-year-old daughter and a giggling 1-year-old son. To those around them, they looked like a happy, thriving family. But beneath the surface, turmoil had been brewing, unseen by most and endured in silence by Alesia. Then came the devastating morning of Sunday, August 15th, 2021. At around 1:30 a.m., firefighters responded to a call at the couple's home on Cornelia Street in Perry County. Flames raged through the house, casting a terrifying glow into the night sky. When authorities arrived, neither Alesia, Jimmy, nor their children could be found. Family members, growing increasingly worried, alerted police that the couple was missing. Hours later, at around 2:45 p.m., police located the couple's Ford F-150 truck abandoned on Rutledge Road, a quiet stretch on the opposite side of town. Officers approached the vehicle cautiously, but nothing could have prepared them for what they were about to find. Inside the bed of the truck, they made a chilling discovery: Alesia's lifeless body, concealed under a plastic tarp. She had been shot in the head and dumped in the vehicle like trash. The brutal and callous nature of her death left even seasoned officers shaken. As the investigation unfolded, the evidence quickly began to mount, and it all pointed toward one man, Jimmy Woods, her husband. With pressure closing in, Jimmy turned himself in at 9 a.m. the following Monday, less than 2 days after the tragic events. He was arrested and charged with murder and abuse of a corpse, and was immediately taken into custody. As more details surfaced, a heartbreaking truth emerged. Alesia had been living in an abusive relationship. She had filed multiple police reports in the past, documenting domestic violence at the hands of Jimmy. She often found herself torn, splitting time between the home they shared on Cornelia Street and the homes of supportive relatives. The cycle of abuse had kept her trapped in a painful and complex web of fear, hope, and love, hoping he might change, fearing what would happen if she truly left for good. According to Dallas County District Attorney Michael Jackson, Alesia had been trying to protect herself. She had taken brave steps by seeking help and speaking up. But leaving an abusive partner is never simple. Alesia battled an internal storm, yearning for peace while fearing the consequences of escape. In the days that followed her death, Jimmy Woods stood before Perry County District Judge Robert Bryant for a preliminary hearing. The prosecution, represented by D.A. Jackson, emphasized the seriousness of the crime and argued for a $1 million bond, highlighting not just the brutality of the murder, but also the risk Jimmy posed to the public if released. Judge Bryant agreed, setting the bond at $1 million, ensuring Jimmy would remain behind bars as legal proceedings continued. The high bond was a reflection of the justice system's recognition of the horrific nature of the crime and its resolve to pursue accountability. Alesia Janay King was a mother, a daughter, and a woman who tried to escape a dangerous situation. Her life, full of promise and love, was cut short in a cruel and senseless act of violence. May her soul rest in eternal peace, and may justice be served in her name. The tragic story of Alesia Janay King teaches several deep and powerful lessons about love, warning signs, community responsibility, and the realities of domestic violence. Here are some key takeaways. 1. Domestic abuse can hide behind smiles. From the outside, Alesia and Jimmy looked like a happy couple. They had a beautiful wedding, a new home, and children, but behind closed doors, Alesia was suffering in silence. Lesson: never assume someone is safe just because they appear happy. Abuse doesn't always show in public. 2. Take reports of abuse seriously. Alesia had filed police reports against Jimmy before. She tried to get help, but the abuse continued and ultimately escalated. Lesson: always take domestic violence reports seriously, whether it's from a friend, family member, or stranger. Speak up, support them, and don't brush off their concerns. 3. Leaving an abuser is complicated. Alesia moved between her home and relatives' homes, showing she struggled with the decision to leave permanently. Like many survivors, she likely felt torn by fear, love, and hope. Lesson: don't judge victims for not leaving sooner. It's not always that simple. Offer empathy, not blame. 4. Early intervention can save lives. There were red flags, past abuse, filed complaints, and emotional instability in the relationship. Lesson: if family, law enforcement, or the community had intervened more assertively, this tragedy might have been prevented. We all have a role in prevention. 5. Children are affected too. Alesia's young daughter and son are now left without their mother, and likely without their father. Lesson: domestic violence devastates families, especially children. Protecting the victim also protects the children involved. 6. Love should never hurt. Love is not control, fear, or pain. Jimmy once expressed his love publicly, but real love doesn't abuse, control, or kill. Lesson: teach and promote healthy relationships, especially to young people. Love should be safe and respectful, not destructive. 7. Justice is only part of healing. Jimmy Woods was arrested and charged, but no outcome, no matter how just, can bring Alesia back. Lesson: the true goal is not just punishment, but prevention, saving others from the same fate by learning from stories like this. Alesia Janay King's story also brings to light several deeper social, emotional, and systemic lessons. Here are some additional ones. 8. Abuse can exist across all social levels. Alesia and Jimmy were married, employed, and homeowners. From the outside, they seemed to have it all. Lesson: domestic violence doesn't discriminate. It affects people of all backgrounds, rich or poor, educated or not, religious or non-religious. Number 9. Abusers can be charming publicly. Jimmy frequently expressed love for Alesia online, giving the impression of a loving husband. Lesson: abusers often maintain a good guy image in public. Don't let surface behavior fool you. Real character is shown behind closed doors. 10. The cycle of abuse is real. Alesia returned to Jimmy multiple times despite filing police reports. This is a common pattern in abusive relationships. Lesson: abuse often follows a predictable cycle: tension, explosion, remorse, honeymoon, and victims get trapped in this loop. Recognizing this pattern helps others understand and support survivors. 11. Community support systems are vital. Alesia sought help but still felt unsafe. Lesson: survivors need more than just police reports. They need safe shelters, legal support, therapy, financial assistance, and a supportive community to fully escape and heal. 12. Intimate partner violence is a public health issue. This wasn't just a domestic issue. It ended in murder, traumatized children, and rocked an entire community. Lesson: domestic violence should be treated as a societal crisis, not just a private matter. It demands policy attention, education, and prevention efforts. 13. Warning signs should never be ignored. Alesia had documented abuse. There were likely signs: emotional withdrawal, visible distress, or behavior changes. Lesson: friends, family, and coworkers should stay alert to behavioral changes or cries for help. Silence is not always peace. 14. Honor victims by telling their stories. Alesia's story, like many others, could easily fade from public memory. Lesson: sharing her story, as you're doing, keeps her memory alive and may save someone else. Awareness breeds action. 15. Children left behind need trauma support. Alesia's children not only lost their mother, but also experienced the destruction of their family. Lesson: survivors and children of domestic violence need long-term mental health care to heal and break the generational cycle.